Good morning, happy apocalypse here, back in, well, close to Irvington, in Extinction. It's going slow here with the plant drying, not even 50% through. Dying rate 0.2 only. Yikes, because of cold temperatures. Maybe either I need to get a second antique stove. I think we've seen one somewhere else. Or I need to move it from the bedroom over here. But I kind of like it in the bedroom, so we need to get a second one. Also, all the other corn here is already stale that's on the ground. That's probably gonna go straight into the compost. I don't think this will finish by the time. What did finish though? I finished carving up to level 6. So that new book immediately got some good use here. Very happy about that. I made a bunch of long sticks, no, not long sticks, large handles, so that most of the stone maces we have now have a little bit better handle condition. That was kind of lacking. You know, I even got to the point over here is I weeded out everything that was below 90% on the condition phase. You know, only the best large handles for our maces. Also, only the best weather to head out. Surely the rain's gonna start. I didn't listen to the weather report. I'm not sure if we're gonna have rain the whole day. Well, I want to do a little bit of a slow start anyway. If we ever want to rebuild our little forge, we're gonna need some medium leather, and that unfortunately means, since we can't make leather out of thin air, some poor animal is gonna have a face-to-face meeting with my meat cleaver. Unfortunately, we can't combine two rabbit hides into a medium leather. So now we had our a butchering hole set up at that little house in the east. Traps are actually all sprung. Back up to 3 traps. All of them broke down, all of them got replaced. So yeah, at that little house at the other lake. And maybe there was also that's also where I found the antique oven. I don't know. I'll have to... I'll probably double check that. So I'm gonna head over there, and unless something exciting happens on the way, we might even do a little stop at the chicken place and see if they have any more eggs for us. But yeah, I'm gonna drive over there quickly. Well, quite a few zombies here on the roads. And holy crap, that weather. And some lightning strikes, thunder's tracking off. Might really not be the best weather to be on the roads. Can you guys stop running away from me? No, that doesn't mean you should run towards me. That would just mean then you should walk towards me. This is the kind of weather where I like to usually, you know, sit in the base, read a book, turn on the antique oven or the campfire or the fireplace, just enjoy the PC vibes. But, you know, something made me decide to, hey, let's start recording an episode, and then I have to, like, feel like I gotta do something here, right? Anyway, how's the chickens? Are they still alive? So So I had a quick look. I have no idea. I remember seeing a second antique oven somewhere, but I have no idea where that was. It's not in that lake house. Oh, we never picked this up? Okay, because it's crap. It's not in that lake house or in any of the other houses here. It could have been in the Riverside warehouse, just in one of the containers there. That is probably the most likely place. I'm just double checking the garage here. I don't think it's here, but who knows what else I left behind. I sometimes make weird decisions. Hey, wood glue, this is nice to have. Now, where was that chicken coop here? Oh, in that forest over there. Looks like the chickens are still up and about. Not a single egg. Not a single egg. I'm not sure. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't even wanna. So I was thinking about eventually getting these chickens and taking them back to our base, but at this point I'm like, nah. What good is it having chickens at home that don't lay eggs, eh? At that point, you just have every things that make sound and attract zombies. Might as well get some pigeons. Alright, let's see if we can get over to that other lake house where the other pigs were without any further incidents here. There's our place of previous crimes. Oh, you know, we have room in the car. I might as well pick up these bones. They're really good for carving, actually. Not sure why I left them all behind. Probably because we had no storage. Couldn't happen to me. Not like I'm disorganized or anything. So, if I remember correctly, we let that one remaining boar that was down there in the animal zone, and we let him in this one, into this one. There's a single sow in there. Oh. Maybe it wandered off. Nobody taking shelter inside is kind of usual. No, you're a boar. What? Have minor pain from the carrying all the bones earlier. So, yeah, about that. I thought there were more piggies than just a single sow in here. No, why am I so empathetic with animals in a video game? I can't kill the last companion this little piggy has here. That would be cruel. We'll double check that nobody's in that other field here. Also, check what's beyond this field. It's like farmlands. I wonder how many of my clothes are already completely ripped because I'm running and then I don't see a bush and then I'm still technically running. Nothing ripped so far. Here's the thing. We also spotted pigs somewhere up here, right? So option number one is I somehow, you know, do I just constantly hear screaming here, meta event sounds, or is that happening in real life and I should check in on my neighbors? So we kill the boar and bring the sow over to the other place so it has some company. Or we just pick one lucky non-survivor from the other place and leave our little couple here. I can't tell you. I don't have animal care high enough to know whether or not that sow is preggers. I don't want little piglets to grow up without a daddy. Yeah, I'm a soft touch. All right, you know, we're gonna check out the other pigs. Well, status here at the other pig place. We have the ranch zone over there with a black boar and a black sow. And then this little bugger over here outside at the animal zone. I don't think they noticed that. And I don't think they're gonna stress out about this. The only downside is now, since we don't have a butcher hook here, we have to carry 257 encumbrance animal corpse back to base, build a new butcher hook over there. Which is also about time, yeah, they get our own butcher hook back at base. Yeah. Alright, I'll catch you back at base then. It's 2 planks and a large hook later. We got this little toy now at base. Well, we can spring them up. Lead it out. Which I'm still not sure what you actually do with... if there's any use for the blood later on. So now we just wanna slice this. While we're here, we might as well grab a empty bowl quickly. Let's see, can we just fill it up with water here? There we go. That should allow me. No, can I not make a brain tan now? There. Matching first. Flash. Remove the fur. Tan it. What a day. What a weather. Yeah, that's just, I don't think we're gonna be doing anything outside here. Or, well, at least not far away from base. Like, driving has been a real pain. So, other than goes straight up on this, and yeah, so that means now we have two things that are drying at incredibly slow rate. So what we could do, if I don't find a second antique oven, right? We could see if it works by putting the barbecue in there. Not sure if that's items in container. Oh, the bone dice I made. Yeah, okay. So you can run a barbecue like this inside without any problems. It's not like a generator when you have them indoors that you get like carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide poisoning. It's fine. I'm just not sure if it generates heat like the other things. We could make a fireplace, like an actual little campfire place, which also shouldn't be a problem indoors. I think that would be even more weird though, doing that. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna equip that primary here. This is a good old axe. Don't have any crafting surface in there. Convenient. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here, unstake those logs, and chop them into firewood. Splinters and a lot of firewood. Fuel the firewood. Or it can fit. Oh. There's a max fire place time of 8 hours. That's another one of those sandbox settings where I'm like, really? Like, that's gonna make the game more difficult because now I have to put firewood into the fire every 6 hours. Really what we're doing now? I guess the main question is, does that do anything for the temperature? I wasn't paying attention if this here went up. What are you saying? You're saying cold, but 0.6. No, not 0.2. Now, temperature going up here. 17.1 now. Let me put out the fire. Yeah, immediately went down 1.7 degrees. Not amazing, to be honest. That is a little bit rough. Alright, we have a little bit of daylight left, somewhere behind the rain clouds. So one thing I wanted to do down here, I think I mentioned that I cleared out this area to create a little bit of a kind of pasture kind of thing for potential animals later on. So let's unstuck a couple of logs. Saw them all into planks. Then I guess we're gonna make some wooden fences. Yeah, let's start on this row. And by building it here, like if you incorporate some water, some coastline basically into your pasture, then the animals can just drink from the lake, so you don't have to manually refill their water troughs. Which is going to be relevant, well, relevant in winter, and probably only relevant if you have cows. All other animals drink actually fairly little, but cows drink a lot in this game. I mean, those 40 liters of milk that they provide have to come from somewhere. Let's actually do only 4 logs. Am I out of nails? I'm probably out of nails. Yeah, really wet here, despite having a poncho for rain protection. Also, yeah, we still have a carton of nails, so that's 12 boxes are 100 nails each. We're good for nailing. We can nail all day long. The ropes away. Puts us at carpentry 7. That's nice. Okay, so then I wanted to have like a, what is it, lock gate? Which needs 5 locks and 5 racks. 2 locks, 2 locks, and 1 lock here. Okay. Check if we have, we should have the racks up in the tailoring place. Am I over encumbered? Just the wizard's hat. guess the firefighter axe. Yeah, okay. I'll do it. So we drop that off. And these lock gates finally open properly. Like, for the longest time, they used to open, like, kind of weirdly in the middle. And everybody, like, was that intended? That doesn't look right. No, it wasn't intended. Wait, what happened to... What happened to the fence? Didn't I have that favorited? Oh, it's because now we can make craftsman fences. Well, okay. So let's enable the show all types. So we can make better quality fences that look nicer, but then we would have half of them looking weird and half of them looking super nice. So I'll just continue with the weird looking ones. Question is really, is this gonna be big enough if I bring it down here where I initially intended? Yeah, that should be big enough. It's not a lot of green in there, so there can't be grazing all that much. Now, was that all the logs from our most recent log trip? Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Alright, so you know what they say. At least not a weather where you want to be outside. So what we're gonna do here for the rest of the day is, I don't think I have anything to start a fire with. So we're gonna grab some scrap wood. Mix. Make sure we have some matches. Take off that drenched poncho. You can light a fire with the doll. No. And for real mood, turn off the light. Oh, I still have my flashlight going the whole time. Sit at the fireplace and read our tracking book. Yeah, we only have fuel for 2 hours here. Man, this thing is heating up the room to 26 though. That's a little bit better than that barbecue grill. A little bit more effective. Let's see if we have better weather in the morning. The next morning, just packing away those other bones we picked up, I've activated the radio here. Something activity in sector 20, that doesn't matter. Air activity detected. So my plan for today was... Yes. Can come at 7. Just, I keep having discussions with people about it. I'm like, that's so easy to test. Like, I don't know how that is controversial. My plan was, I mentioned, I think that in the last episode, to check down here and start looking at a little bit of Constown. So the question is, what do we do for the helicopter? I think we're gonna go here. There's a house here. I think that had a couple zombies, like 20-ish zombies. So also there's more pigs. We can clear them out a little bit, and if the helicopter comes, there shouldn't be too many zombies, if any, in this area or in this area. I don't remember what was here, and I don't think the ones here at this is like where this animal rescue center is. It's a 4-hour helicopter. They shouldn't have time to actually bother me down there. And this is not gonna ruin anything for future travel options. I only hope that the helicopter comes relatively early. Because otherwise, like if it's 5 PM after the helicopter, then there's no point driving onto Constown. Although we might just head over to our good old house across the road from Matt Dan's Den and just spend the night there, and then we can hit Constown in the morning. Little 3-day episode here potentially. Well, let's see how it goes. I'll see you at that farmhouse. Rolling up to the farmhouse. So I remember we've been here very early in the run before we hit that farming supply store, and I think we were extremely limited on weapons. So this was this is not worth it to clear it kind of situation back then. Now it's really early morning exercise while we're waiting for the helicopter. And hey, the fact that we drove by this house relatively early means we locked it in as a not looted house. That's one strategy I've heard people, try to use to defend the looted houses thing. It's like, yeah, you can just drive around the map, and then every house you come across will be not looted, if you drive near it early enough. It's like, yeah, that's a fun way to play the game. You just metagame the bet game mechanic. Looks like there's nobody left here. Back behind. I hear somebody. Not just you. Now, one thing I was wondering while I was driving here. If we take the helicopter here, I'm not sure what the actual sound range of helicopter is, but if the sound range is big enough, we might pull zombies from here in a straight line towards our base, which would not be the best. Would make getting back to base a little bit more exciting, eh? Because this did not really keep me occupied until the helicopter comes, did it? Make the pickle. Let's check upstairs. Yeah. I should still probably just check here for threats. I do have plans to eventually continue leveling up a little bit more tailoring. But not without the book. Like, there are skills I'm willing to grind even without the skill books. Tailoring is not one of them. Not by a country mile. Let's check the garage. For leveling skills, we can level welding a little bit more. What books we already have. Really nothing of interest in there. Hey. Also, I do like having a couple nails on me. I think I need to offload like half of them. Just a little bit too heavy. Also, yeah, finish that book. I forgot to put it away. Alright, now what? Yeah, let's wait a second. The helicopter always comes at the full hour, alright? So maybe it starts at 10? Maybe it doesn't. Not done. We've been in the spawn. Go open up some of the doors here, so the piggies have access to all the feeding troughs. Easier way getting in and out the building. They've been doing just fine here on their own. To go inside to pet the piggy through the wall. I'm not sure. We need to show off our normal strengths here. No. Yeah, we did drive past this. We never drove this connection route. Like a helicopter here, I'm really pulling them straight to my to my base. I want to be productive while I'm waiting for the helicopter, and I don't have a book to read, so I might as well just kill some zombies. You. I'm not seeing that. It sounds like somebody's banging on a garage door. I just don't see a garage anywhere. Or does this thing have garage doors? I don't know. This is kind of annoying. Oh, that side. You smashed in a window somewhere. Police officer here, which is kind of unusual. And another tactical shotgun to the ground clutter. Ooh, hatchet. I was excited to see a hatchet, even though I'm not using axes. Oh, it's even a hand axe. Let's have a garage door. Feel somebody coming through there. Good banging. Still licking that door on the back. Vehicle key for the bull driver. What a deal. This the sticks pack? And a fresh jar of tomatoes? Is that still fresh? 3 months into the apocalypse. Oh. Don't question it. Apparently somebody who really liked walkie-talkies. said, they like to start on the hour. Didn't even see all these guys. Honestly, yeah, you know what? This is my cue to go. Many zombies close by, and I don't know how many are coming in. We're actually also really way too close to the animal rescue place. That place is usually packed with zombies, and yeah, this is no longer a case of, oh, they won't reach us if it lasts 4 hours. No, they're gonna be here in a minute. So we're gonna drive. Drive like almost back to the main road. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a book to read. So now this should not. If I draw a line to the base, surely that shouldn't drag anybody to my base, right? Alright, I'm just gonna sit here in the car. Fast forward time, and we'll see how many hours the helicopter decides to stay around for. It looks like a 2-hour chopper. Okay, so the plan then is, yeah, let's poke at the entrance of Constown. I'm not sure what time we arrived there. We did get up at 6 early this morning, so might not have too much energy left. But worst case, we fall back to that house across the street from Mad Dance. Stay there for the night, and then explore the town a little bit. Officially entering new territory. I don't think we've ever driven south here on the main highway. So this, so to say, isn't this the road that normally leads to the military surplus store? I guess we're already on the outskirts. Let's see what you got. Well, we got a bunch of zombies, but we also have an animal trailer there. That is... I don't like the visibility here, though. I'm not gonna regret it. So we're gonna have some fun here. Don't look at the fish egg strawberry salad. Look, it's the apocalypse. You can't really be that picky. Autocook does have some doesn't choose, you know. If it can go into the salad, it puts it into the salad. Alright. Over here, guys. Sprint is first, please. But everybody's gonna get serviced. So another sprinter. He's not deciding to come just yet. Lankin drop, eh? Look at you.
Hey.
Come on, guys. Don't have all day. Just imagining here, you know. Started building the animal place at the base a day ago, and then the next day we find a reasonably achievable animal trailer. It's like I script this thing. If it happened in the TV series, you'd be like, yeah, sure. Of course he finds that on the next day. Check that duffel bag zombie. Nah, it was probably just an empty duffel bag.
Hey.
Little zombies in the trees here that I'm seeing. So while I'm waiting for them to catch up with me, I think I should probably get a replacement weapon ready. Didn't complete it. That's a slightly bigger group here. I gotta do two things. First of all, get my safety net a little bit further away. Come on, get in. Second of all, they cared about me until I put on the mask. I think we wanna block some of those betas. Should have done it the other way around, eh? Let's tango. Is that the best that Constown has to offer? So there's a little bit more to offer. Gun, we're gonna do a quick one of these. It's definitely a little bit of a rest that was needed.
Hey.
Okay. I think I'm trying a little bit, but not too hard, to kill them on this side of the road. A little bit. I'm making an effort. Ish. Maybe it was just by accident. But either way, I've seen people, you know, that drive over corpses and then flip their car, and I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So that's why leaving some of the road empty and drivable is actually a good idea.
Hey!
That's 3 sprinters. Okay, 1 is not coming. That's good. The other 2 is also just left the building. That guy, yeah. Start running any second now. No, that's not the one I was looking at. Did they even acknowledge earlier that we had Long Blunt 9 here? I think that the jingle played, and I was so focused on killing zombies that I didn't even say, oh, cool. Level 9. There we go. Yeah, it should be enough room for you. And that's why we prepare a backup weapon when the durability goes low. Because they will break in the worst possible situation. Eesh, there's still so many left. Alright. Few of them left. Can we get a view of the other side of this building here? Yeah, this guy got up. Okay, playing it a little bit too risky because I'm not very much rested right now. Take a quick sit down here. Hearing splinter sounds, but I didn't quite see where the splinter was. There's one thing I learned. The moment you hear that sprinter sound, you start running. You're not like looking around, which one is the sprinter? Like you're gonna see him soon enough. Ooh, trailers. was kind of hoping, you know, for usually towns often have like a gas station at the edge of town, which, you know, this has gas station feelings just without the pumps, which is like the least successful gas station you ever come across. In a town where the gas station doesn't even have gas pumps, I would probably move. Although it's gonna be tricky without fuel, but you know. You're just like I'm right here. There's nobody reacting to me. That's what I thought. The zombie can't figure out how to get around that vehicle. Trying to get a feel for this town. As I said, you know, I've been playing with this map. I've had this map active for lots of runs. I don't think I've ever spent any significant amount of time here. That's a sprinter. You know what? And there's another one. So why don't we see if we can lose one on the trailer? Oh, we just one-shot one of them. That's also good. Trying to not say anything about, hey, we just cleared like 100 zombies to get into that new town, and the first thing we see is a looted building. I think I'm okay with only having one book. Foraging 2. Jones. Another Foraging 2 book, yeah, okay, that was popular. You know, normally I'd complain that, oh, they leave the good stuff behind. No, they got like 4 copies of Foraging 2 and left 3 behind. Getting late, we're probably getting tired very soon, but my greedy ass wants to drive in here and grab one of these 2 trailers. Do I care about their condition? Maybe. Good enough. Not even gonna check the other one because this one is easier to hook up. Yep, there's the tired noodle. Or drowsy, rather. Now, I didn't really pack a lot of food for a long adventure here in this town, but we can probably spend another 2 or 3 days. Especially since we just had another helicopter, so we have some peace and quiet in that regard. Or alternatively, I'll have to, you know, think about it. We could also decide, like, this road should lead to the military surplus store, right? And then following that further along, we could get to Fallas Lake and maybe see if we can get into the bookstore there at the edge of town. That is potentially an option. What I'm gonna do here is we're gonna head up to the area where the road leaves back towards our home base, leave the trailer there, and then head over to that old forward base at Mad Dance, where we spent a couple nights already. We could also probably take off that respirator, eh? Something like here. So. Should make it easy to pick it up as we're driving in there, and it's not going to be in the way. I never checked, but normally the ones at parking lots do not have any animals inside. No. If you find an animal trailer as part of a vehicle crash, they often have still animals inside. But the ones that are just properly parked, usually empty. Yeah, so now that we have the trailer, actually time to finish that little building project we started, so that means another wood trip also. Finish that little pasture, and then see if there's any cattle remaining back at the cattle auction at the eastern end of Irvington. Lots of long-term plans, or mid-term plans even. Lots to do, but I think since we're here, we're gonna spend a couple days doing something in this part of the map. Just see if we can safely make it to our bedroom. Oh right, we still had a vehicle here. Oh, and the gurney. Alright. Trauma back with various stuff. Good as new. Absolutely safe place. Not even concerned. I think we slept... yeah, that looks like where we slept before. Is that foraging book actually for my current level? Do we just pick something up that I can read? Oh yeah, 300 XP from leveling up. We could probably, instead of reading for 6 hours, forage for 6 hours and get the level that way. But hey, I need something to do while I'm waiting to get tired and to go to bed. You know what? Let's crack open a cold one. Why have one if you can have two? I think we're gonna leave the rest here. This is gonna be our our emergency food reserve here at the base. Alright, but for now, we're gonna put a cut in here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.